Here we go. This is the hostess code for my Stamping Saturday. This is good through mid-October, but remember, if you place a $50 order before shipping and tax on my website using this code, you will be entered into that drawing to win that Candy Cane Lane Suite bundle of products that I have. So here we go, getting started on this gorgeous card. You will need your Dapper Denim Classic Stamp Pad, Versamark Watermark Stamp Pad. We also have all of our papers here. Now, I already did pre-do quite a few of these just because this is kind of a time-consuming card, so I wanted to pre-cut all of my papers, and I did do a live video in my VIP room. All of my customers are eligible to have access to my VIP room, and they were able to see me cut all of these pieces. I'll tell you what the sizes are, so don't worry about that. Also, Sandi McIver has a very good YouTube video explaining this card, so you can go and check her out as well. I will leave the link down in the description after the video ends. So we start out with a piece of Dapper Denim cardstock, and this is basically, it's just like a standard card. I'm going to zoom you guys out a little bit here. There we go. This is just a standard card base that's cut at 4 1/4 by 11, and it is scored at 2 3/4 and 5 1/2, and that's what gives us our Z fold. Okay. And then we have the strip that goes down at the bottom. It is the same length, it's 11 inches, and it is scored in the same places, but the width of this is 1 1/4. So it's scored in the exact same places, so basically it's just 1 1/4 inches wide, and what we're going to do is actually turn it around like this when we get ready to glue it down, and that's what makes our fun little double Z fold part. Okay, so those are the base pieces. For the Smoky Slate, there's quite a few pieces, and I will try my best to go over them well enough. So there's the 2 large pieces. Here are the 2 smaller panel pieces, and these are both the same size. Both of these guys are the same. And then we have our itty bitty tiny guys here, and we've got our longer piece here. Okay. So all of the Smoky Slate, first of all, this piece measures 4 by 5 1/4. We have 2 pieces that measure 4 by 2 1/2. We have our one piece here, the longer piece. This measures 1 by 5 1/4, and these 2 smaller pieces measure 1 by 2 1/2. Okay, you'll be able to watch the replay if you do want to make a card based off of this. But as I said, Sandi has a YouTube up as well, so you can check her out there too. Now for the Whisper White, this is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. These 2 pieces measure 3 7/8 by 2 3/8. This piece here measures 7/8 by 5 1/8. And these 2 measure 7/8 by 2 3/8. So that's all of the pieces already cut and ready to go. I did pre-emboss, pre-stamp and pre-emboss these 2 stars from the Star of Light stamp set, and I cut those out with the coordinating Finlets. So there's 2 different sizes. There's this large one here, and then there's this smaller one here. I used the large one, and then I cut them out on the Big Shot with the framelit, this framelit right here. And that is my little star guys. Okay, and then I also pre-stamped and heat embossed these little star pieces that it's going to go as our bottom border down here, and I already stamped and embossed the words on one of these Whisper White panels here. So I do have one more piece to emboss, and I will do that with you guys so you can see the glorious magic of this silver embossing powder. So I'm going to grab this here, my Whisper White piece that measures 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, and I'm going to grab the beautiful Stardust stamp from the Star of Light set. This set does come in a bundle, and you can save 10% if you purchase the stamps and the framelits together. Highly recommend. Gorgeous, gorgeous set. Okay, excuse me. So here we go. We have our Versamark stamp pad. I'm going to ink up that Stardust. I love this Stardust. It is so pretty. Okay, inking it up. Now, because of the way this is on the card, some of it will get covered up by this portion here. So I want to stamp it more in this area here. So I think I'm going to stamp it more like that. So let me give it a couple more inks because I've been talking and letting it dry up a bit. So we're going to stamp it like this up here. Okay. Give that a second. Make sure we've got a good image, and yes, I can see that. And get my silver embossing powder. Just pour a good amount on there. Flick off the excess. Oh, yes. Very pretty. Just going to kind of dust off a couple of those little loose guys. Cover these up so they don't get all dried out with my heat tool. Now I am going to turn my heat tool on, so I'm sorry if it's a little sensitive to the noise, but it won't be too long. I'm going to let it warm up for a second. Oh, it feels so good on my hands. It's been raining this morning here in Oregon, so it's been pretty cold this morning. And this heat tool feels so good on my hands. Just don't get it too close. You don't want to burn yourself. All right, so let's watch the magic happen. Hopefully the camera will pick it up okay. Just got to get that nice and toasty, and then it'll start turning for us. Here we go. Can you see it yet? Yay! I love it. It makes it so shiny. It makes it raised. It has texture to it. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I love that so much. What do you guys think? Isn't it gorgeous? Yes. Cheryl says snow level going down to about 5,000. Ooh. Yep, it's about that time, isn't it? I love it though. I am on board with the cooler weather. All right, now I'm going to set my embossing tray aside for a moment. Hopefully I don't knock it over and it doesn't fall down because that would be a mess. So I'm going to set this piece aside for a second, and I want to get my star started with the glue so it has time to kind of sit for a second while we assemble the rest of our card. I am using the fine tip glue pen. I love this pen. I've been using this for, I don't know, probably a month or so now, and on these really fine detailed thinlits, it does wonders. It's amazing. Hi Tammy, thanks for joining. So I cut this guy out of smoky slate with this detailed thinlet here. It is just simply gorgeous. And then I cut another star, the solid star out of Dapper Denim with the solid star image right here. So I'm going to glue my smoky slate piece. Actually, I'm going to do some Wink of Stella first. So I've got my clear Wink of Stella glitter brush, and I'm just going to quickly run that over and get that all nice and sparkly. I don't know if that's picking up for you guys. Can you see what this sparkle is doing? Is that coming out okay? Oh gosh, it is just so pretty. There's also a gold Wink of Stella in the annual catalog. So you could do either clear or gold. Gold would look stunning on certain colors. I feel like it would be very pretty. Okay, so we'll just, oh gosh, sparkly. I don't know, like sparkles are just so fun. I don't know what it is with sparkles, but they are in my life right now. Okay, a little bit more down here and there. Now we can get that glue onto the back of this guy. Okay, so I'm going to take my fine tip glue pen. It does not take much at all. Let me make sure I stay in frame here. So I'm going to put a little bit in the middle, some throughout here. Okay, and then just a couple of dots Just run a few dots here and there. I'm not talking very much because if I talk, I move and I don't get it in the right place. Okay, there we go. There's the glue on that. And now we'll gently turn this over and line that up with our star. And because it's a liquid glue, we do have a few seconds of oopsie daisy time. So if we need to readjust, we are good. Okay, so I'm just going to pat that down very gently until that adheres to the Dapper Denim. And now I'm going to set that aside and let it kind of dry just slightly while I get into the rest of the card. So I'm going to set that aside. Make sure you put that cap back onto your glue pen. If you don't do that, as soon as you're done using it, it will stick up on you. So make sure you get that cap back in there. All right, let's just go ahead and quickly assemble the rest of our card pieces here. Now, I should have probably done a few of these ahead of time because this actually isn't that exciting. However, I am going to bring out my snail, which I adore. Snail or fast fuse. I will be using fast fuse in a moment when I stick both of these pieces onto the card, but I think the snail for the white pieces is just fine. So I'm just going to adhere the large panel on here, and there is just a very small border, which I really do like about this card. I just think that small border is so, it's just pretty. It's pretty. I think it's very pretty. All right. And these little guys, which will be adhered to our long panel. This one here. How is everybody's World Card Making Day going? Has anybody made a card yet today? And if you have, what was it? And if you have not, why? What are you guys waiting for? This is the first card I've made of the day, but I did actually prep a couple of other cards, so I don't know if that counts or not. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes that counts if you prep to make other cards. I have 2 cards waiting for me, plus several more to do as soon as I'm done with Stamping Saturday. Okay, so there's that piece, and then this piece, and we'll do a little bit of stamping. So we'll get this one on, and there's a little star that goes on this piece as well. We're going to attach that as soon as we get these pieces onto our card. Okay, I'm going to stamp this piece now. And for that, I'm going to grab, I think this block will be just fine. This is the C block. And from the Star of Light stamp set, I am going to stamp this guy. And he lives right here. So let's see if he is going to fit. Yes, he will fit nicely. I'm going to bring in the Dapper Denim, and I'm going to stamp that kind of up in this area here. Right up there, kind of in the middle. Beautiful. Love it. Okay, now I can glue that to my other smoky slate piece. Uh-oh. There we go. Glue that down. Okay, now let's assemble this sucker. I'm going to start with my strip here. And when it is on your card base, it will be glued down like this. So you want to make sure you have it the right way. If there's something directional about maybe you're using a different pattern, maybe you're using pattern paper, you want to make sure that the long edge is on the left-hand side of the card. Okay, so I'm going to bring in my fast fuse for this because it's a little bit stronger than snail, and I've got 2 layers here to hold on to. And bonus, you guys, if you haven't seen it yet, Stampin' Up! Has these on sale. You buy 1 fast fuse and you get a free refill. Oh my goodness, that is a really good deal. That is only the 1st through the 5th. You can check that deal out by going to melissascreations.com. There's the link right there for you. And you can just add a couple to your shopping bag right now. Get in on all of the great deals, plus get in on the deal that I am having with my giveaway. I will tell you guys more about that in a little bit if you missed it in the beginning. So just adhere your other 2 panels. Got our little guys here. One more. Also, if you're just joining us, make sure you get out your catalogs, your holiday and your annual catalog. We will be playing several games after each sample. Okay, I'm going to adhere this to this side, and remember, you want your image up closer to the top because we're going to have that little band kind of glued down right here. So we'll adhere this guy. And again with the border. Yes! I love it so much. It's so pretty. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't contain my excitement because this is just so beautiful. I love the silver embossing. I love the colors. I love the stamp set. My goodness, you guys. And I love that it's World Card Making Day and you guys are here sharing it with me. I'm so excited. You guys are awfully quiet though. You need to speak up a little bit. Let me know where you're from, what your name is, how you heard about me. Would love to give you guys a shout out on the live video. Okay, last panel to glue down on here, and then we can get the rest of our card going. All right. Excuse me. Oh, I should have got some water. Okay. So we're going to glue this up a little bit higher. It's going to go right about in that area. So what I'm going to do is get out my liquid, multi-purpose liquid glue. Mom says she's studying the catalogs. Denise, hi, welcome. Washington State, that's great. I'm in Oregon, so you're just a little above me here. Barb says she's from Ohio. Oh, hi, Barb, thanks. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I'm seeing so many new faces. This is fantastic. Okay, so the liquid glue is, in my opinion, a must for this part because it gives you that wiggle room in case you need to readjust this once you get it down. So you do not want to put it on this entire piece because it's only going to need to glue to this panel. If you glue it to this, it's not going to fold for you guys. So make sure you only put glue on this section here. And you're also going to put glue on this section, okay? So the very end, about 2 inches or so. So we'll, and I'm almost out. I do have another one, but I think I can make it. So about, and you can lay it flat so that you can see about how much you need. That's probably good. Maybe just a little tiny bit more. And then on this side as well. And I'm going to glue this side down first. I'm going to lay it as flat as possible. And I'm going to bring it up a little bit because I want to see the bottom on this card. You can't really see the bottom on my other card, but I really wanted to show off some of the bottom on this one. Now I'm going to hold that in place just for a moment so that it doesn't slide around on me when I go to fold up my card. Now I'm going to hold it firmly on both sides so that I can close it and make sure that everything lines up well. Hi, oh, Wanda's from Colorado. Awesome, that's great. So many states represent you, ladies. Awesome. Okay, now I'm going to bring in some mini glue dots. If I can find them. Oh, here they are. Like, where did I put them? I thought I was trying to get organized for this. And then, you know, the day of, everything starts happening, gets all crazy. I'm going to use my paper piercer. I'm going to bring in one of those fun, cute little embossed stars that we did. I'm actually going to do both of them. I'm going to stick both of them on a glue dot. I'm going to take that guy, first of all. I'm going to put him in the middle of my star. Just like this. Okay. More bling. Never enough bling. my personal opinion. And then I'm going to put this star up in this corner here. Okay, now this is where we glue this guy down. So he is going to sit right about here. So you want to make sure that you are aware of this point and this point. You don't want those 2 points to go over the card. If it does, it will not fit into an envelope and it will get all bent and everybody will be sad. So make sure that you position it right where you want it. I like to put it right so it touches just the white part right here. I think that's a pretty good placement. Now, if you'll notice, the only thing we have to glue this down with is his tail right here. So I'm going to put a couple of glue dots right here. And you don't want it to come up too far or else you'll be able to see it on the back and it might stick to the card. So just keep that in mind when you are placing your glue dots on the star. So it's the longer tail of the star. And I'm going to start down here as far as I can go without it showing. Okay, so there's the first one. Pick up another. And we'll put him right there. I don't know, about 1/8 of an inch separation between the two. Okay, and then I'm going to line up my top and my side again because that's how I know where I want it. And then we can put it down and commit. Yes. Make sure, yep, I cannot see it on the back and I can't feel it on the back, so we're good there. Okay. Oh my gosh, I think that's it. Oh wait, no. Nope. I'm sorry. We have to add some rhinestones. It just would not be a card that I made without additional rhinestones. And this is how Sandi McIver did it in hers as well. This is a cased project, if you didn't hear me say that before. Sandi McIver, she's a Canadian demonstrator, and she did this card. That's where I got this idea, and it is just simply gorgeous. She did a fantastic job. So if you haven't seen her video yet, go ahead and check that out. It is great. So that is the Star of Light Double Z fold. Hope you guys enjoyed that. This is what it looks like. So stinking cute. I love it. Love, love, love. So adorable. It's just, you know, a fun little treat that you can give to your little ghouls and goblins or your children's teachers or, you know, whoever really that wants a little treat. These are little Hershey's Nuggets that I wrapped with some of our designer series paper. So it makes really nice, fast, easy treats. I'm just cleaning my stamps off really quick so I can get my next set out. Sorry for the delay, but I am so excited to show you guys this project and do 2 more games in the first session. A couple of things for those of you that are just joining us. Make sure you do have those catalogs handy so that you can participate in the games. And if you place a $50 order with me before shipping and tax at my website, melissascreations.stampinup.net, enter this hostess code, you will be put into a drawing to win this fantastic suite from Candy Cane Lane. We have 1 piece of each of the designer series paper, double-sided. These are 6x6 pieces, as well as 4 crumb cake envelopes, 4 crumb cake card bases, 4 pieces of real red and whisper white that measure 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, plus the markers, plus the twine, plus some washi. You guys, this is about a $24 value. So if you do place that order, $50 or more at my website using that hostess code, I will put you in the drawing. You have it from now until October 5th for that entry. Okay, whew, here we go with our next sample. The stamp I used was Spooky Fun, and these do have coordinating edgelets dies. These are the Halloween scenes, and it comes with this adorable tree, bat, there's a witch, gravestones, pumpkins, and then the fence. The fence is super cute. I've seen a lot of really awesome things with that. So we used this today. I actually just used the Little Witch and the Trick or Treat sentiment. So you can see here I've got my goodies. So here is the bag. We do sell these in the catalog. These bags measure 4 inches by about 6 inches or so. These are really good size for treats, as you will see in a moment. I have a couple of the enamel dots that come in a package for the Halloween night. In the holiday catalog towards the end, you can see those. It comes with Old Olive, pumpkin pie, and I believe there's a purple in there. Maybe Rich Razzleberry? I think it's Rich Razzleberry. And then I have some of the Halloween night baker's twine here. And I started with a piece of Whisper white paper. Now this is cut at 4 inches by 3 inches, and it's scored in the middle at 1.5. And I have 3 pieces of the Halloween Night Designer Series paper. These all measure 1 3/8 by 3 1/4. Plus a small scrap piece. This is just going to go behind our sentiment here. So this piece measures approximately 1/2 inch by 2.5 inches. It's just a little piece that I had left over. I like to try and use all of my materials where possible. Hi Patty, thanks for joining. And then I have another scrap here, and that measures 1 7/8 by 2.5. And again, it doesn't have to be exact. It's just going to be our large banner portion right here. So it's rough estimate. You can make it really whatever size, whatever scraps you have left over. And that's one of the reasons why I made this, is because it is very scrap friendly. You can do a lot with a little. I mean, I have very minimal supplies here, and you can make such a fun and cute little treat for somebody. So I'm going to start by wrapping my chocolates, and I'm going to take the side that I want to glue on the opposite side. So I'm taking my Fast Fuse because it's a strong adhesive, and I want to make sure that that doesn't go anywhere. Lay your candy down, and then you're just going to simply wrap those little guys around until they stick to themselves like so. Okay, so we're just going to do that to each. And glue on the opposite side. Wrap it around. I love these papers. Have you guys used any of the Halloween papers yet? How many of you guys are into Halloween? I know some people aren't, and that's totally okay. Some people really get involved with it, and I just think it is so fun to just wrap up the little treats to give to people. I just love it. I love the colors, the black and the orange. Kind of my thing. All right, now I'm going to plop those down into my bag. Now there's a little seam on one side. I know it's hard to see for you guys, but there's a seam on this side. So I want to make sure that's on the back side. I'm just going to plop my little chocolate guys in like so and shove them down to the bottom. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. All right, so I'm actually going to trim the top of this bag off, and I'm going to trim about 1.5 inches off because we really don't need all that bag. Then I'm going to take a piece of Scotch tape, and I'm just going to fold that over a little and then tape it down. Okay, just so that it holds my baggie in place and everything is nice and pretty. Okay. You're also going to need a scrap of Whisper white paper for our banner. So I am going to punch out with my Duet Banner Punch. I want the bottom one here. What size are those bags? They're the 4x6 bags. You can find them in the annual catalog. Towards the back, I'll get you the page number in just a moment. So I'm just going to punch out one of those bottom banners and grab my stamp. I'm going to do the trick or treats. Video just froze. Oh, I hope I'm not frozen anymore. Let me know if you have more issues. Sometimes my connection isn't that great, so hopefully we're back up and running. I'm using the Archival Basic Black Stamp Pad. And so here's the thing. You can stamp this straight, which is fine, or you can lay your block on top and you can kind of give this a little bit of a curve, okay? Make sure your block and your stamp are both very, very clean. You can give it a little bit of a curve, and that will allow you to just kind of go with the shape of your banner. And I didn't quite get that all the way. I'm going to redo that. 2 sides to the paper. Let's try that. Perfect. Love it. Okay. So there's that. And now I also want to do my cute little witchy guy. Witchy lady, I suppose. All right. Video's good. Okay. I refreshed and it is good now. Okay. I apologize if that was me. Sometimes I just have some issues with my connection. If I do have any more issues or if the video completely shuts down, I will restart it on a new feed. So just refresh your browser if it goes pitch black for longer than a few seconds. Okay, I'm going to put that little witch off to the side here with basic black ink. She is just so stinking cute. I love her. All right, now I'm going to glue this onto, let's see. First of all, what do I want to do first? I could glue it on here first and then decorate it. I think that's what I did on my original, but I think I'm going to glue everything down first and then put it on. So for our little banner guy, you notice that if you put it lengthwise on like this, it sticks down quite a bit, which is what we want because that's how we're going to cut our banner. I'm going to glue this down first. So I'm just going to put 1 strip of fast fuse up here at the top, and I'm going to glue that right up against the fold of my little tag guy. Okay, and then I'm going to flip it over and take my paper snips. I'm going to cut up the middle, and then I'm going to cut from corner to middle to make my banner. If you have a banner punch, that is fantastic. Or if you have a square punch, that will work as well. And if you don't have either, hey, you know what? Scissors work just fine. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to take some snail, and I chose this because it contrasts against that. You could probably do the stripe too. Oh, the stripe is actually super cute. Owls or stripe? Or owls. Those aren't owls. Those are bats. I'm going to go with the stripe, actually. I'm feeling the stripe. Creative process allows us to change our minds whenever we want, right? And I'm just going to put that kind of in the middle. And it covers up her broom handle, but I'm totally okay with that. If you're not okay with that, make sure that you glue your pieces down before you stamp. That way you can move it whatever direction you'd like. Okay, now I'm going to pop up my little trick-or-treat guy with some dimensionals. And I'm actually going to use the side. I'm just going to cut a little bit off of the edge. And I like using this because it is easy. This is the side I didn't want. That's the side I do want. It's easy to curve it. I've got a little curve right in the middle here to follow the curve of my banner. So I'm just going to pinch it with my fingernail to loosen that up and peel that off. And put him right there. Okay, and then remember those itty bitty tiny little enamel dots. I'm going to pick those up with my scissors very gently so I don't stab myself. Uh-oh, come back. And then I'm going to set that down on either side of my banner. Okay, one more right here. Okay, if anybody new is joining us, make sure you get your catalogs out. We're going to play a couple of games after this sample. Now I have my baker's twine. I'm going to tie it in a bow. I'm going to try and do a double bow here, so I'm going to try and double it up on itself to make it a little thicker. Let's see if I can do this. Oh, nope, hold on. On camera bows, you guys. If you've never tried to tie a bow on camera, it's one of the harder things to do. Okay. Oh, yes, got it. All right. So So I'm going to cut that loop apart because those are actually my tails on this side here. There we go. I love the doubleness to it. What do you guys think? Do you like it doubled? I think it's just a little thicker, a little cuter. I'm going to grab some glue dots. Get one of those suckers out. And stick it to it. Pick it up. And then I'm squishing it in the back so that it's more of a log shape. You could roll it too. Squashing it works just fine. And I'm going to stick that down right under my banner right there. There. It would also look really cute if I would have used the orange and black. It would have shown up a little bit better, but I like that one too. Looks very nice. Okay, now we are just ready to slap this sucker onto our treats. I'm going to take some fast fuse and I'm going to do one strip along the top and the bottom. You could also staple it if you'd like, but this works just fine as well. I'm going to stick down my front first. I'm going to, woo, sticky, my goodness. I'm going to line up the edges, okay, and then I'm going to fold that over and stick it to itself on the back. Just like that. And there we go. That is our treat bag. What do you guys think of this one? Is it all right? Would you make it? You could totally customize this and turn it into Christmas or birthday. There are so many different designer series papers that would just look adorable. Like it's just the concept, really. Especially with our designer series paper sale going on right now, you guys, for the whole month of October, certain designer series papers are on sale, and this would be a fantastic project to showcase those papers as well as give some fun, yummy little treats to some ghouls and goblins or anybody that you want to surprise with a little gift.